Here's how sellers can help reduce mortgage rates for buyers in order to get a good home sale. So you're selling your home, and we're seeing prices begin to drop as the pool of qualified buyers is getting smaller because of the increase in home mortgage interest rates. Now, the reason this is happening is the increase in mortgage rates means many buyers' purchasing power actually decreases as interest rates rise. Now, a simple formula illustrates this. A 1% increase in the mortgage interest rate means the purchasing power of the buyer decreases by around 10%. So, for example, let's say you had a $450,000 purchase and you've got an interest rate at 4%. Now, let's say on that same $450,000, the mortgage interest rate goes up to 5%. Well, the approved amount for the buyer will now decrease by about 10%, which is $45,000, to $405,000, which means that same buyer with the same income level who could have bought a $450,000 home at a mortgage interest rate of 4% can now only buy a $405,000 with a 5% interest rate. So that's, it's not an exact science, but it's a general rule that does illustrate a problem a seller will face when interest rates increase. If you're selling your home for $450,000 and the interest rate increased by 1%, which mortgage rates have obviously gone up recently and they're going to continue to go up, then there are now many buyers who can no longer afford to make an offer on your home. So what to do? One answer is called a seller buy down, and that's where you actually push the interest rates down yourself for the buyer. So this is where essentially what you do as a seller is you offer to pay money to the buyer's lender to lower the mortgage rate for the buyer, and you do this permanently. And so the buyer will now be able to make a better offer on the seller's home. Now, this can be a win-win situation in certain circumstances. However, if there are plenty of buyers making offers on a seller's home, this strategy would not really be needed by the seller to get the desired selling price. However, if there is a problem selling the property and getting a qualified buyer, it can make sense. And this strategy is going to become increasingly more commonplace with the current increase in mortgage rates. So to find out more about all of this, you should talk to a licensed loan officer in your area, and they can tell you more about what's called a seller buy down. And that's a really good strategy for you to think about if you're selling your home and worried about mortgage rates, meaning you have less qualified buyers. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. Some good information for you. Hey, what do you guys think? Drop me a comment. Have any of you, used this or had experience with a seller buy down? Let me know what you think. Stay tuned for more videos. Hit the subscribe button, and I appreciate you watching today.